Hola, estudiantes. It's Mrs. Santiago here, and today we're going to take the notes on STEM changing verbs as they relate to the health and welfare unit. I'm in your OneNote, Chapter 7, page 15. I'm going to eliminate the table of contents and make the notes page large so you can see what I'm doing. Let's start by talking about when we do a STEM changing verb, it's a 3-step process. Step 1, we're going to chop. What are we chopping? We are chopping off the ending of the infinitive verb, either AR, ER, or IR. What we're left with is called the stem. Step 2 in a stem changing verb is to do just that, make the change. What are the changes that are possible? You can have an O to UE, an E to IE, E to I, and then again, we do have hugar. Hugar is its own category, which is U to UE. You are also going to hear once in a while, there's like 4 verbs in the whole Spanish language that go from I to IE, but we're just going to leave it like that. Step 3 is to add. What are we adding back in? Well, we are adding back in the endings. So let's review the endings. And I know I'm making the endings chart super small, but it's just to review. So the endings are, for AR verbs, the endings are O, as, a, amos, and on. For ER and IR verbs, the endings are O, ace, a, amos, n. The only time that's going to change for IR is right here. It's going to go to IMOS for an IR verb. Otherwise, ER and IR share the same endings. All right, so now we're kind of ready to start. Let's take a look at the 3 verbs that are listed in the section that is talking about O to UE stem changers. Remember when we did poder and probar? This is the same thing. So let's take a look. Dormir, dormir, to sleep. Acostar, it doesn't cost anything to lay down. And encontrar, that one's a little bit hard. I'm going to write to find the definition here. Okay, today I'm going to put dormir on the chart for you, and I'm going to go through this 3-step process. Step 1, chop off the ending, and I'm left with the root or stem, dorm. Okay, this is the vowel that's going to change. So now I'm going to do the change, O to UE, and I'm going to write that in all of the areas of the chart. So dwerm, 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 dwerm. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the original, dorm, in nosotros. And now I'm going to do the 3rd step, which is add in the endings. I look back at the original and it is an IR verb. So it will be yo duermo, tú duermes, él, ella, usted, any one person. Okay, one person, one vowel, duerme. 2 or more people, they go in the van. Then I can remember the N. Okay, it's an IR, so duermen. Now I'm going to pop back to the I for this, dormimos. Okay, so we've done our first stem changer. The first thing I want to do is to remember to go ahead and draw in my boot. Everything inside the boot of the boot verb changes, while vosotros and nosotros are kicked out. Okay, muy bien. Now let's try to do one of these. So, yo blank blank a las 10 de la noche. The verb in parentheses is acostarse. I'm going to deal with the say first. Because it's yo, I have to match. So, me. And now I'm going to do the stem change. Acostar. Chop, change, and then add in my right ending. So I chopped off an AR. So now I'm going to do the change. Aquest. Now, AR verb in the yo form is an O. Yo me acuesto a las 10 de la noche. Número 2. Mis amigos blank 10 horas viernes por la tarde. Dormir. Chop, change, add. I'm going to chop, change, and then add the ending. So, dorm becomes duerm. This is an IR verb, and I'm talking about amigos, plural. So I'm going to take the ending en. Mis amigos duermen 10 horas viernes por la noche. Muy bien, that's OTUE. Let's go to the second group. We're going to keep using those three-step processes and refer back to the endings, little tiny charts as needed. So the second group, you have to do, by the way, number 3, do it on your own. Okay, the second group is the E to I stem changers. Think about pedir that we did previously. So let's look at these. We have vestirse, to get dressed, sonreír, to smile, and decir, which is a yo-go verb. We don't use this one too much in our study, but definitely in Spanish 2 and 3 they will. To say. That's why it's in a talking bubble. To say. All right, let's this time let's go ahead and chart sonreír. Please note that the E is right next to the I. It might throw you off a little, but it won't as we conjugate. So 3-step process. I'm going to chop, and I'm left with the base sonri. So I'm going to change that E to an I. And I'm going to write that everywhere. So it becomes sonri, 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 sonri. And now I'm going to go back to the original sonre. Now I'm going to add in my endings to match an IR verb again. So if I need to, I can scroll up and look at those little tiny charts. Okay, sonrío, one person, yo-o. Two big toes, sonríes. One person, one vowel, sonríe. Nosotros sonreímos, because it's an IR verb. Ellos, ellas, ustedes, 2 or more people, they go in the van, sonríen. Okay, we just conjugated an E to I stem changer. First thing I'm going to do is draw in my chart to have a boot so that I know that everything inside the boot took the stem change. Again, let's try a couple here. So number 1, yo blank blank para salir con mis amigos. Vestirse. Deal with the say first. Okay, so here let's deal with the say. Goes with yo, me, and now let's do the stem change. So this E is going to I, so it becomes vist. It is an IR verb. The IR ending would be visto. Yo me visto para salir con mis amigos. Number 2, la doctora blank que yo debo mantenerme en forma. Okay, so chop, change, add. Chop, and I'm left with D-E-C. This E is going to change. So I'm going to make the stem change to D-I-C. Now go back, it's an IR verb. La doctora is only one person. The one person ending would be dice. Dice. La doctora dice, the doctor says that I should stay in shape. La doctora dice. Muy bien. That is the end of the E to I section. Let's scroll down to the last section. E to IE stem changers. Remember querer and tener? This goes with it. Okay, let's take a look at the verbs. Despertarse, I'm desperate to wake up. Mantenerse en forma, to maintain. Notice the word tener in the middle. It is a yo-go verb in the yo form. It is not going to take the stem change. And sentirse. We're going to focus in on sentirse because we're going to be looking at emotions and feelings. So this is, before we chart it, it is a reflexive verb. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my reflexive pronouns right away. So I know that it's may, te, say, nos, say. Okay, now that we've done that, now we're going to do the chop, change, add. Chop off the IR, and I'm left with the root, sent. This E is going to IE. So let's write that change in all of the spots on the chart. SIENT, 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 sient. And then I'm going back to the original sent in the nosotros form. Now I'm going to go ahead and add in my endings. If I need to, again, look at the charts, the little tiny endings charts up at the top. Please feel free. There they are in the corner. Let's go back down. So it becomes yo me siento, tú te sientes. Any one person, one vowel. Se siente. Two or more people, they go in the van. Se sienten. And then nosotros, IR verb, IMOS. Nos sentimos. Again, I'm going to pull out my highlighter, draw in my boot to remind myself that everything inside the boot took the stem change. Okay, let's again try to do a couple of these together. So let's look at the first one. Yo blank blank en forma voy al gimnasio. So mantenerse, I'm going to deal with the say first. Okay, say becomes may. Now this one's tricky because it's like tener. So it's going to be a yo-go verb. So this is actually going to be mantengo. I don't even have to stem change. I just have to remember, oh, that's a yo-go like tener. Mantengo, maintain. Let's do number 2. Yo me mantengo en forma. Voy al gimnasio. Número 2. Mis amigos no blank blank bien. Están enfermos. Qué triste. Okay, let's do the say first. We're talking about amigos plural. Me te say. Nos say. So I'm going to take the say. Say. Now I have to conjugate sentir to match amigos. Chop, change, add. Okay. Cien. Multiple friends. Here it is here on the chart. Sienten. And again, the number 3s are for you to do on your own. Chop, change, add. Watch your endings. Number 3 in each section are for you to do on your own. Okay, and then at the bottom, I just included, this is from it says esaudio.net, espanolaudio.net. I thought this was a nice chart to show you the E to IE, E to I, and O to UE stem changers using pensar, pedir, and contar. Okay, muy bien. If you have any questions, please ask during class or send me an email. Gracias.